me get this game started up here. Seems I'm doing all right on um, some of these things. So far we seem to have our game sound tuned in. Um, so now I guess I could started having a little bit of fun of the last stream I did. Uh, they got a Prisma Behemoth, the standard Behemoth, standard Prisma, 4x4 for 9.99 USD. Not the best of sales, but I guess for somebody starting out and they have a limited budget, but they would make out way better. Somebody starting out on a limited budget doing the MK2 Typhoon for $5.99 USD. And of course, MK2 Devastator and Scatter both for $10 each. Like I said, not the best deals. MK2 Kepri for 40. Those are not the best deals. But out of all of that, for these three sales right there, your best bet would be the Devastator or the Scatter. Like I said, I wouldn't buy none of them. Now, 2,000 gold for 99 cents. Of course, that's a good deal, and they have that times 3. But if you're going to spend $3, I'd look for a better deal. But for somebody who occasionally might spend $1 or $2 here or there, and you know it's hard to stack up your gold, I guess that wouldn't be a bad deal. 140 mil for $15, not the best deal. Same way, like I said, the best deals are usually on the massive numbers and things of that nature. So, like I was saying, there, 2,000, you would have got 6,000 for $3 in tax, and here you get 10,000 for $6. And that's not good. Like, it doesn't make sense. So today, robots and equipment and modules are cheaper, 25% off. I usually upgrade mods on days like that. So the leaderboards have ended. Ended in 2 minutes, but I ended in 15th place. Just letting me know there. I just got tired of grinding for that 7,500 points, because once I got all these done after 5,000 points, I wasn't looking to place up here when people could just open boxes within minutes and get the top place. So that's kind of like what happens here. That's why you see such a big gap. 45,000 when somebody only has 1,000. So I go for the guaranteed rewards down here instead of the extra placement awards. I can grind the 7,500 without kicking out any money or anything like that. But on this event, it just seems like they didn't want me to get anything. So, and I heard several other guys complaining about it as well, because as soon as I hit 5,000 points, all of a sudden I couldn't get kills anymore. I started getting put in matches that where we'd have the random team, with the exception of one that I got put on the side of a squad. Um, but I just was getting a bunch of ridiculous matches where we were just getting mobbed by several different squads. So it wasn't like an isolated incident or where I was getting the same squad over and over. No, they were feeding us to squads. It was just that simple. So I'll look at my new task. So I had to destroy stealth robots. Um, yeah, with the space tech robot. So that's my main goal for today. And the rest of this looks pretty easy. But I can actually change this one because apparently been grinded it a couple times. But I'd rather have the boosters than the parts. All right. Okay. So bugging. So the other thing that other guys were complaining about, which I think is hard too, was the fact that like kills. It would in the game. I'm recording the game and everything. It would say kill, or double kill, and then you go to the stats at the end. You have 0 kills, um, and things like that, or lower amount of kills than you got. So the game's saying you got the kill, but probably somebody else somewhere else is getting the credit for that kill. Even when you see that you killed a person, it registers you killed a person, and it doesn't go on your kill tally for the event. So I wasn't the only one experiencing this. There was other people streaming, and they were getting double and triple kills, and was like, I know I didn't kill that many people. So like I said, your best bet if you were a starter and you were on a real limited budget, your best bet to get ahead would be this Typhoon. And for somebody who's real frugal, you may only have like $5 a month to spend, on online gaming or stuff like that. That 2,000 gold for 99 cents would be your best bet to stack up your gold haul or whatever. And or things like you need to upgrade your Titan. Even though the deals for the platinum and stuff aren't the best, it is a budget. It's a frugal build that gets you a little bit ahead and help with the time grind that you got. Because you see here, out of these two deals, you know, um, I'm only looking at these deals not as they're good deals, but as cheap deals for people who can't afford better. Because of course, the bigger you buy, a lot of these deals actually get sweeter, and you don't have to keep purchasing as much. But for a person that can only afford $2, 300 platinum is better. See how it more than doubled for double the dollar amount. So that's what I'm saying. You got to keep eyes out for little deals like that. So for people who have less than $10 a month, you just have to pick your one thing that you want to do that month or something for $5, stuff like that. So, but always compare the deals that are up, because they will show like two deals that they say are deals, and then when you do the math on them, the one deal is clearly better, even for less or the same amount or for $1 more. So that's one piece of advice I want to give to people. So being as though I have the space tech task, I'm running the hover with hazard and blight. I'm running the Aljune with puncher, and believe it or not, I'm running the Alguan with RAS doors, and this actually is pretty good compared with when I pair it with excuse me, with my drone. So I'm using all damage drones on this side, all defense drones on this side. So with this eye over here, uh, you do get plus damage every time you use your ability. That's inbuilt in the drone, plus the chip in here is an on ability. So you can use any ability you want. This for guys who, of course, the on heal chip gives a higher percentage than 18%. But the thing about that is it gives like 35%. The thing about that is you have to use on hill as your module. So we have for the arms controller is the freeze. So the drone's weapons actually apply freeze effect to the target, but also we got a chip that applies freeze as well. So you freeze, and then this is the lockdowner chip. So that helps with that locking things down and freezing them. And mind you, again, I got that on Aguang running RAS doors, so I can track the target everywhere. So the freeze effect and the lockdown effect is guaranteed to kick in faster because it's gonna hit you every time. And for this, I do have the on repair damage chips here, and this is the suppressor chip because my arms controller here with this one, and now this shoots poison, is the wasp thing. It shoots 145 DOT per shot, but the arms controller is using a blast rocket that does 780 damage, standard damage, but it's also using splash. So this works better when you're in close, and it only fires when you fire, so it does kind of conserve the ammo on the drone because the reload is a bit up there. The same way with this, the reload is up there on this chip, and it's 600 range, and it does its own thing. I'll tell you what I run that for. I run the barrel on my Skiros sometimes, because guys like to lock you down and get under your shield or whatever and explode you. I also run it on the Capri sometimes. So with this offensive drone, now this one is another Wasp, so it does 145, but I've added this arms controller. It doesn't use splash effect, and the damage is slightly less, but the clip size, this one holds the largest clip size, so it's going to be spraying and spraying and spraying and spraying. And this is 500 meters, so it's best for mid-range combat on your drones. If you want combat drones, of course, this is on damage and on damage, and it added more acid corrosion DOT to the drone's corrosion itself. So instead of 145, it's doing like 210. Okay, corrosion. So that's good with a lot of mid-range builds, even like the mid-range builds running the mid-range DOT weapons. I sometimes run short-range DOT weapons with that one. Of course, my Nebula is a defensive drone, and I usually run this on my tanks simply because if you look at this, it heals 58% of the damage, but you have to lose more than 100,000 within 3 seconds for it to heal, for the drone to actually kick in. So the thing about that is you use it on those with the higher HP builds, so that you do a quick recovery. Of course, you usually going to use it on a tank. So when you're facing off with people, a lot of tanks do brawling sometimes as well, or whoever's doing high damage to you that makes this drone kick in, you fire back that suppression. Now this is Also a defensive build because you got your mild damage absorber shield, but here you have on half defense, 35% defense on half your HP at 35% uh, um, plus defense points on your low HP. So at several stages of your HP going down, you're gaining defense bonuses. And anything that heals your gray damage, that those chips will kick in again. And also, this is a great one for tanks and healers to run around with, but that have the lower HP. Um, it gives you eight. So you're building a tanky like build or support build, and you heal back your gray damage or whatever. You're constantly at 800 repairability. This constantly gives you 800 regeneration. So, and here, this is why it's good for tanky-ish builds, but more offensive. This is on repair unit, 35%, and of course you got your on mild damage absorber. But here at the same time, since you're running on repair, you might as well run an on repair defense chip. So plus 80 points for the on repair, and here this is on low defense, on low health, 60 defense points. So both of those are good defensive drones, but this one is more mixed, and this one is more for high HP bots. Alright, with that being said, I think I'll do yeah, Tara. I think I'll run it. And this is what makes up a lot of your game, believe it or not. You are better off um, kicking, investing. I would say you have a more stable um, gameplay when you invest in your drones and your motherships and your mods. So not the blue mods, but they always have to be purple or gold, because you get this. All mods cost the same to upgrade, especially with Titans. So updating a low level mod is like hard. But the one thing about weapons and mods, they transfer well. They transfer well. They transfer well. I don't have a max anything uh, in Titans, not even halfway max. But I do have max mods. You see that? I got 3 max ones here on several things. It's worth saving the platinum because the meta changes so much that you done invested into this stuff that doesn't carry over, so you have to reinvest again every time the new content comes out. But if you're not investing many resources into this stuff to begin with, then it doesn't matter. Because once you yes, it costs more to upgrade these modules, but then the next latest greatest thing comes out, your favorite build gets nerfed or whatever, you find another build. It doesn't take another instant investment into that build to make it good again, when you can slowly invest into it because you already put the big investments forward into your mods. So you notice I don't use blue mods on anything, because I just swap the same mods out. So that's why you see a lot of empty mod slots on these back here, because I strip the mods and the weapons and I throw them on the next bot, man. Every time the next test or kind of thing goes. Right now we're doing Sky Tech, so a lot of people are surprised to see my hover out there fighting and things like that. So the one thing I don't like moving around, this is how they get you, is are my pilots. See, so people trash their pilots right away for a couple mil, and you're not sure what you're gonna spend it on yet. I only trash items that I might have a possibility of using. I won't trash them unless I need that funds right away. Because say, all right, now I've got this guy. Now I got mechanic on here. Now they'll move that pilot because of special ability to another bot. And I learned this the hard way with Basil. You're redoing him over and over and over. Leave that pilot on there. Put your other pilot on there. So kind of like my Skiros, I have a Eddie Noel or whatever. I have another one. See, for my other build, I'm not going to keep moving him around and stuff like that and having to retrain the pilot and stuff like that, because the pilots are one of the most hugest gold sinks out there. So I'm going to do a little game or two here just to mess around. I guess I was playing Dom. But I'll just do quick match because whatever they give me is what they give me. Got a TDM on Shenzhen Knight. So I have to stay with this hanger, mind you, because I don't have any SkyTech, or I haven't checked my other hangers for SkyTech, which I should have did before I dropped in. Because this is more like a beacon setup. So we're waiting to see, right, who's doing what. Like, boom, somebody just tried to black me out and all that. I locked him down and froze him before he even figured out where I actually was. So that's what I was saying about this being a good build, especially because when this bot is on the ground, it doesn't have good defenses. It gets his defenses from flying. So it gets like 80% resistance while it's in the air, while its ability is active. So when you see guys really doing me some serious damage when I'm in the air, you know their setups are like more than likely maxed. Simply because this does not do high damage. I don't have a lot of levels on this stuff. Why I tend to operate alone. Like, I couldn't move around that corner fast enough with that spider right there. Because some people's builds are better. They just stand right there. I stand close, not actually on top of another person. You're close enough to support fire them, but far enough away to stay out of their movement range. That's one of the most annoying things in the game. You have people that crowd each other out like that. So here we got guys pushing now. I watch my proximity to that guy. I stop. I shoot. And this guy, see? I don't, and see, here comes this guy. That's how you get everybody bombed and the whole group killed off and locked down together and what's that? The orbital struck together because people doing stupid stuff like that. Just boxing each other in. You can't do that. You have to give people space to move and not hump each other. You be close enough to support, but see, as I got close to them two guys, I moved away. He phase shift because I was waiting on that guy. That's a Titan. It's a mirror match. So, let's see, it says there's only one bot over there, but I guess somebody must have took that guy out. Now I'm gonna drop in on this guy. know that mural was over there, so I'm gonna try to save him and get covered. See, because he clearly wasn't paying attention that mural was over there. Same mural. Yeah, me and him could have supported each other, but clearly not. I know that guy's coming. See? I saw him go blank. Now, if he would have stayed where he was instead of moving in the open field, you know, I play support minded. We could have took them both out, staying where we could get angles on each other's targets. Instead, he's over there getting, you know, angled by himself. But now, you know, I want that mirror to jump up now, so I can just hoover him to death right quick. And of course we know he's a scorpion, and he's getting ready to go kill him now. There's no way, and that's another bug too people were talking about. There's no way that he should have been able to jump out to me. The moment I saw getting close to 350, I backed off, because I know what he's running. I would have never let him come within 350 meters of me. The moment I see that number get close to 350, I back off. So I thought they were jumping on the guy that was in the center, because he was actually closer than me. But instead, he all of a sudden can jump out to where I'm at. And that bug is happening a lot. I'm waiting on that scorpion, got him. Now I got phase shifted. Now I'm dropping. So I don't know. That guy's mad I killed his scorpion or whatever, because now he's chasing me. But no big deal. He's gonna have to have something that outranges me, because I'm gonna just hoover him to death. I'm not gonna go over there chasing. There's more enough guys. I just want to stay within support range where I can support them and they can support me. Now he's got a mural. See, and I knew he was waiting on me to kind of expose myself to somebody else. So I'm just hoovering the crap out of him. That was the guy whose scorpion I killed a minute ago. See, there he goes again. Now, all them dudes over there, nobody sees him. See, only one person paid attention to that. You just have to look around when you get a breather sometimes. I understand the combat gets intense and you get hyper focused. But besides that though, you get a break like right now. You look around and to see where people are at. Make sure your relation to the rest of the team and to the enemies is okay. So those two guys clearly I can't even support, but they're together. But look at this guy out here by himself. So I moved in the center because I should be able to support fire him, and he should be able to support fire me without us being one on top of the other. So he clearly doesn't have bendies. He's a bomb guy. So I'm gonna just go up and hoover him. And of course, keeping an eye on their three spawn areas. And I'm gonna drop the bomb on him. Even though I knew I wouldn't get nothing from the shield. Let the other guys work on the shields while my weapons recharge and come in and hoover him too. See, the other guys spawning in the back. I saw where that came from. See, and then I'm gonna come over here and drop a hill where they can be hit while dropping the bomb on him. See, so I dropped that shield on the Nodens. And that guy, but he took off. Now, not to crowd anybody, but to get an angle on him, I come this way now. Whoever's behind me, right, should be going where they can support fire. And that's the way you play. Now I'm gonna just hoover this guy. And that was good play by that guy right there, Mighty Titan. So once again, once they're all dead, you go back. I was already heading that way right away. Because what they, a lot of people do is they go in the back and pluck out the weakest target. I mean, I do the same thing. So I'm cutting off his retreat, but still was in support mode of two guys to my right. Now, whoever was behind me should try to stay within support range of me. That's how you play. You can't go off by yourself and, take over, the whole world. So I got 55, and this is what I mean. I was just having this conversation with somebody about the low tier bots. All right, they're giving out a pittance for a low tier bots of parts. Now, who even bothers building a Spectre when you can get 5,000, 2,500 parts, or even several hundred in the same kind of crate for a higher tier part? Look, higher tier, higher tier. I'm getting multiple parts, but then you're getting 55 Spectre parts. That should have been like 5,000 or something like that, or at least 500 or something. Of low tier stuff. They're giving you a pittance on the parts. And I just thought I should point that out. And people wonder why they don't invest in those things when some of those builds are pretty good. I like lower tiered stuff to upgrade fast. It doesn't take a lot of money or nothing like that. You kick it right up, and get a high tier. I was talking about the Thunder being very, very, very effective. So, pretty clearly I completed that, never got that. So, 23 hours before the board disappears. And I got this complete. So, I do get some durability boosters. Oh, the chickens are fun. Yeah. Well, the hover does get blasted a lot. That's why I'm running it at range. But for real, the hover is good at anything that shoots fast. It's not meant for you to hang in the sky in the range, but it's good for floating out of range or floating towards a target that's trying to leave range, and you keep it within range of your stuff. But basically it maneuvers on the ground the best, and for two mediums and a light for something that can fly and move fairly quickly on the ground, that's good. But yeah, doing range build, because here's one thing a lot of people forget: these older bots don't have inbuilt resistances in them, in a lot of them, and they need to revisit this kind of stuff because why do you think there's a prevalence of people running Capris, Skiros, or whatever? I could be running 3 Fenrirs right now, but I don't. I could run a full hanger of Revenants, but I don't. It's because that's just ridiculous. Because something is inherently better, even at level 1, compared to the other item that may have some levels on it. That it creates the fact that there's no diversity in the game because of that. Algorand does have resistance in the air and stuff like that, but its ground speed is hard. I mean, its flight speed isn't too bad, but it's limited flight. Things like that. So, I mean, you ain't gotta stay watching, brother. I'm just having my fun and documenting what I do. I don't want cutting anybody else's broadcasting time or anything of that nature. I just like showing how I perceive the game and how I get along in the game, recording my real hanger and things of that nature that you don't see in my time drop videos. Um, and that's all. Let me see. Yep. See, I don't have anything SkyTech over here except for my mural. And then I get here, I have nothing SkyTech at all. Because what Heimdall's what Evo, see. So believe it or not, man, I like the look of those Zmedge Kistons on there. And this setup was really effective. The Heimdall actually works better in offensive mode. So even though it starts in defensive mode by default, you should keep it in offensive mode until people are in your vicinity that you can heal. And it performs way better. Like my first 2 times using this, even with higher level weapons and stuff on it than I have on there now, it was hard. So I like the build I'm doing on it now with 2 anti-control and onslaught and a cannibal. So it does alright. So yeah, I have to stick with that hanger. If I would have had more SkyTech, which I do, but I don't like having to strip like multiple bots per hanger to put SkyTech up. I wish I had all of every faction, but I don't. I do have some bots of factions that like are totally unusable. So simply because they're not expired bots. They don't have mod slots. They don't have this. They don't have that. They have no resistance. They have no skills on the bot whatsoever. So I'll juice up on at least get my durability up. Alright, speaking of the hover, this does work best with Shield Breaker, but I'm not running Shield Breaker. I'm running Death Mark because I'm running, I just changed my setups on what I'm actually running. So because the drone I'm running is on damage, more damage, I'm using the Death Mark because I actually get way more out of it. And I run on hill on the pilot because I'm running long range weapons. I don't have to stay brawling, so I can run a simple like heal from the range when I'm shooting from range and things of that nature. I can stay out of range, so it's more effective than me running a lot of heals on the drone. When I can run heals on a pilot skill. Still got a purple shit up. And that's a tank. I'm hitting like that, so eating a couple chunks out of it. Oh man, the lag. It stopped me from shooting an IE in phase shift. So. See, and the guy above me, see what he does about this. He doesn't come down. I'm aware of that guy coming around the corner there, so I do back off. Now he has a lot of healing going in a millisecond, because with the setup I'm running, he should have been dead. Nobody watching our home beacon. Reason I took off flying, because I didn't want him to do what he did. Like, he hit me with some kind of skill blackout. He's not even interested in messing with that tank. Boom, gonna drop a shield here. Alright, we're gonna have to get the center again. And this is why the hover is good. I could pop up like that. But I didn't stay in the air unnecessarily. Now nobody's going over there. There's only one guy over there. So I think it's best that I'll support this guy on B. And we can get that. Then of course I have to keep an eye over here on the center, because I don't want that Titan pushing in, but I don't want to be in range of his weapons either. So I'm staying back, support firing. And mind you, these are only level 5. That's how I know these are beastly, you know, and I've been shot by them as well. I know they're a big issue. So this is pretty much a wrap at this point. I can just drop in with the Hoover and start hoovering. Saving my clip. You gotta watch the guy trying to escape over there. Drop a brick on him. Got one trying to escape over here. Try to keep all targets in front of me. The only thing about Gargantuan Pantagruel is when you get too close, it narrows the firing cone. So you want to try to keep it as close to 500 as actually possible, so that you can keep more targets in front of you and keep the healing going. So, you know, 5th place, you know, 3 beacons, 3 kills, you know, all with low level MK1 stuff. And I basically ditched my bot. So not bad. All right, let me hop in. I think I can do a couple more before I gotta end. Before I have to run up and check my far field, I'm getting a lot of deer and stuff up there getting into my crops. So check on the progress of that. It didn't rain there yesterday either, so. Somebody hit me with some kind of junk already. So they're the focus firing me right now. I'm getting shot by 3 people. MK2, MK3. found out those two guys, I don't know if they're in the squad together or not, but they are working together for sure. There we go. I'm trying to move out of your way, man. Let you see. I'm trying to get out of the way of that. Where are you going with the bendies? And he has to be locked in on to me because there's so many people there that the targets jump around so much, it's ridiculous. See? No, I know he's focused on me. He has to be. Nobody else over here is getting shot by him. And it's hard to keep, with the screwed up targeting, it's hard to keep aiming on somebody. Look, and all those people under there, but I get the bomb dropped where I'm at. See what I'm saying? So, like a lot of people know that I'm MK1 and stuff. It's not a secret or anything like that. So, so I do get a lot of focus fire when I'm in game. Just because people go, oh yeah, hit that guy, he's MK1, he's easy to kill. Yeah, I see this scorpion kill, but I'm gonna go hide a little bit till my ability comes back in. I can get good. I'll put a heal on him. Just a little speed and damage boost. Purple shields up. Now the bendy guy's focusing him now. Here to make boost the scorpion again. Simply because they were bunched so tight and within range. I was trying to get him. Now that somebody's trying to go back and sneak kill our healer. That's why those guys need to come hang within range of us. Two guys from the other side. Let me kill him. Speed him up. Speed up our healer. Get out of range of that. There's a guy still flying around with those, shooting the radiation weapons. Get down here and get some support. He died. I was trying to support him, but trying to wait till I can survive long enough to get back there to them to drop my shield, but that's okay. I'll drop it on my new bot, and I'm back here with them. So hopefully they gave a lot of guys some shielding. Wow, stealth and everything galore. So when you drop in there, that's when you get him out of there. He has a targeting weapon. That and I'm trying to get rid of him first before I get back to the node enemy. Wow, he got the brick way back on me. what I said. And these guys are running MK, all this MK2, MK3. You know, I don't even have a max MK1. Trying to get him the last stand, but couldn't quite. Ah, boy, he jumped back. I think that's the notice right there. Yeah, let's get the notice. And these weapons are gonna be the next thing where people are gonna be like, man, this is some bull. Let me keep floating. I'm staying in the air so I can get an angle, but I'm staying back too. Or else I try to stay out of the air as much as possible. I don't just think it's because the hover. I think it's just because everybody focuses air targets ever since the bendy bullets come out, because your shooting angle is so much better from up in the air. Alright, he's out of there. So we're up by a couple, and here's the thing. We're not up by much. People get cocky. We haven't spotted anybody out yet. We just have a couple kills lead. Still got to play smart. And, things of that nature. So. Playing smart. And here's the thing about TDM. When you're up, we could just sit here for a whole minute and win. The pressure is on them. But you got guys that get greedy and go, oh, but now's my time to get all my damage in. So they're starting to bot out. At least one guy botted out. All you do is just chill. Look, everybody's rushing in. There's no need to. Just sit back and shoot them. Like the pressure's on them too much. Grab a shield from this guy. Jumping back. Lucha. Anticipated that. See, I already knew the Lucha was coming straight for me. But you know, I was happy to ride out in my hover whole match. At the end there, besides, no, it wasn't. Yeah, I got blown away earlier, so I went from my Alguan to my Capri to hover. But we made out alright. Over 2 million damage. 2-man squad. So that was a fair matchup. You see the numbers are pretty close up top, you know, and that's fair with smart gameplay going to the winners. Instead of there just being such a disparity of everything being stacked on one side and things of that nature, and the other team being wiped out in minutes. Oh, okay. It'll help me separate music and game sound. Okay. Thanks, Duck. So, I think I'm going to call it the end of that. You know, I know a couple guys start streaming around 8. So, I got things to do here on the farm. I appreciate y'all for stopping in. Enjoy. enjoying my little couple minutes of BS play. Love, peace, and happiness.